A strong opening that strikes the center and offers several strong follow-ups. A dynamic opening that often leads to a combative game. This move often leads to the closed Sicilian if white doesn't play an early d4 pawn push. d6 protects the c5 pawn, controls the e5 square, and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. f4 takes space in the center and prepares to develop the knight behind the f-pawn, but weakens white's kingside. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the e5 and d4 squares. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center and prepares the d4 pawn push. The best option was to prepare a bishop for development. This immobilizes the knight by pinning it to the king. The game was close to equal, but now white has the advantage. The better move was to prepare a bishop for development. The best option was to move a bishop to safety. White combines recapturing with the development of a new piece. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This misses a better way to prepare a bishop for development. This misses a better way to develop a knight and attack the center. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. Black develops further. The game is still close to equal, but white lost their advantage. There was only one good move there, and black did not spend enough time trying to find it. This is the only good move. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A straightforward recapture. This misses an opportunity to eventually win material. The best option was to castle on the opposite side of the opponent. Very precise. That's fine. White activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. Castling to the opposite side of the board normally leads to a sharp, attacking game. This kicks a knight. This moves the knight to safety. White keeps the momentum, moving the pawns forward. Right on target. White still has the better position, but they lost their winning advantage. White was better off, but now their position is winning. A clear recapture. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This is a fair move. This is the strongest option. This permits the opponent to kick a knight. The better move was to kick a knight. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. Very precise. This threatens to checkmate the king. This creates a backward pawn, weakening the pawn structure. The better move was to move a queen to safety. This is an equal trade. The better move was to force weakening the pawn structure around the king. After all captures, this is an equal trade. A clear recapture. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This avoids clear danger. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the queen. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. One of the best moves. This activates a rook by getting it to the 7th rank and also restricts the king. This avoids clear danger. There was only one good move there, and black did not spend enough time trying to find it. This protects an under-defended bishop that is under attack. This forces the opponent to have isolated doubled pawns, which ruins their structure. A straightforward recapture. The better move was to block an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This threatens to checkmate the king. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. This allows the opponent to win material through a fork. This misses a better way to tactically win a queen. This is the only good move. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Recaptures from a previous move. Putting the queen on a blockade square. This evades the check from the queen. This allows the opponent to move a rook to a more active position. The best option was to move a rook to a more active position. Right on target. This evades the check from the queen. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the queen. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking queen. The best option was to defend a pawn that was under attack. This allows the opponent. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, which will win a pawn. This evades the check from the queen. This moves the queen to safety. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This steps away from the checking queen. This blocks white's pawn. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. That pawn was free for the taking. The passed pawn moves towards its goal, pushing a passed pawn. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A solid choice. This evades the check from the queen, pushing a passed pawn. A very strong play. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This loses a queen. That queen was free for the taking.